Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we have another half pound of world coins to go through, one of my favorite types of videos to make. But some of the past few hunts have been pretty incredible, and we're looking for silver, older coins, 1700s, errors. We've been finding all that stuff, so I can't wait to see what happens today. Hopefully we'll find a new design that I've never seen before. So let's pour the coins out and start the hunt. And I certainly see something that's interesting right off the bat. 10 centimes, 1870, but this just does not look familiar. Luxembourg, whoa, yeah, sweet. So I wish that this coin had not been hammered super thin, because I feel like this could be valuable. Just it's not something that you get to see every day. But it certainly is, if it was medieval, I could accept the condition. This is kind of out there, but anyways, a really cool start to the hunt, because it's also not just like sneaking in there at 1899. It's a solid 1800s coin. This one is a solid 1900s one, 10 pesos from Mexico. One of the coins that has appeared super often in pretty much every hunt. This one looks like Russian Kingdom, I think. And it is 20 Kopeks, 1903. It's probably going to be 50% silver, but that doesn't really matter to me. I don't think the melt would be too much anyways, because it's a pretty thin coin. Still just happy to have pulled it, because that's going to be our first silver, and pretty old as well. Then we have this French one, 1978, 5 francs. So that one is now no longer usable. And I don't know if this one is, I don't know what the situation is. 25 francs, though, from the Central Bank of West Africa. 1975, one of those basket currencies. But these can be, some of them can be surprisingly valuable, because they can be kind of hard to get your hands on them. Like, I put together a set of, this one's a 5 Pfennig, 1889. Also very cool, don't want to ignore that older date. But I put together a set of like one coin from every issuing entity. And some of the African ones can be kind of challenging to get your hands on. This one is a Vatican 2 lire 1951 coin. So that one's just kind of special, I guess. I know some of the slightly older, like 1955, 56, can be really hard to get just with low mintage. Here's a Chilean one, 1 peso 1944. Wonder what they were doing during World War II, if they were even like fighting or just kind of keeping to themselves. I don't really know. 1975 5-cent coin is going to be our next one, out of Canada. That one's a pretty normal looking coin, not anything spectacular. This one's 10 price centimes from Belgium in 1920, so right after World War I, but I don't really know what is going on here, if this gunk formed the corrosion. It kind of looks like it did. Kind of a bummer. 1 franc 1964, very similar to the coin that we pulled before, but I saw this underneath it and I was like, that is one of my favorite designs. South African penny, 1 penny, and it's a little more plain on the front, and when you flip it over, it's got this great ship design. Normally you see that on the half penny, but different country they were issuing for. So 5 pesetas anyways is the Spanish coin. 1983 is the series, but if we look on the star's damaged, no, that's not the star. Maybe they actually put the right date on this one. They used to have something where they would do like dates on the back in the star. 1949, 50 francs, an Algerian coin. I wonder if this is challenging to come by, because it's, I don't really know what the situation was like back then. We see tons of French stuff, but we don't see it really stamped with Algeria. We often see Portuguese coins and they stamped whatever the colony was, because they had a lot of colonies. 1915, 5 cents, one of my favorite designs. This one looks kind of polished or cleaned or something, but it's just an intricate, detailed coin, and the front is so pretty. I feel like the original red luster would just look great on that. And then we also have a 1951 10 franc coin. After that, we've got this 2 centavo 1906 from Mexico. Really pretty. I feel like the vintage Mexican coinage, there's a lot of depth to collecting. That's a series that some people collect, and there's just tons and tons of different mints, and also minting in Peru and countries like that. I was just working with some like that in the coin shop. Here's a Queen Elizabeth II 10 cents coin, 1956, Eastern Group. And then after that, we have what looks like our first silver one. Is this a 3 pence from? Yeah, 3 pence from Australia. Super toned and kind of blackened by the toning, but it looks really shiny. I don't think it's worth too much. It is tiny in terms of the silver value especially, but a fun find. I think that's our second silver of the day. Then we also have this Greek figure appearing on the 100 drachma from 1992. And then after that, we've got this 1942 État Français Vichy French aluminum 1 franc. So lots of cool stuff. This kind of feels silver. It says, who is that? Professor Dr. Theodor Heuss from, looks like Germany. I don't really know what denomination this is, though. Maybe it's on the side of the coin. No, maybe it's like a metal, because that says 92.5, so it's probably just a 92.5% silver metal. It does not indicate that this is currency or anything of that sort. You know, kind of weird, but I'll take it for sure. Here's 10 Rappen from Switzerland, 1933, has the Libertas, which I've said this before, but it really reminds me of American coinage, like a V nickel. This one's 50 Escudos, 1989, from Portugal. So, also, that is a cool looking ship, and I think that they were heavily reliant on their shipbuilding for their colonial efforts. Here's a 1948 1 franc coin, back to the normal French government, and you can tell by the slogan. Here's a 1905 Belgian coin, 10 centimes. I feel like we had a similar one earlier. That was 1920 though. 1917 5 centimes from France, and then another hold coin. We've gotten way more than we normally do. Kind of a weird feature of today's hunt. A little later though, 1936 is going to be the date on that. We've got doubled up on the Mexican coinage here. 1 peso 1983, 10 pesos from 1981. So both of these have been revalued or demonetized. I don't know exactly the details, but they're pretty much worthless, though. I kind of like them because they constantly appear in this show, so I know I'm hunting my own coins when we find those. 1967, another Mexican coin here, and I guess I'll shift gears down to this one, back to the Vichy French states, 1943, 50 centimes. Another hold coin, unbelievable, 1951 Norway, 10 ore. And yeah, I've really never figured out, so A, why people would hold coins in the modern day, but B, is that kind of miscut strike? I doubt that that's valuable. It's like a tinily off center, but I wonder if they ever strike it like through the O and the 10 or something more dramatic is what I'm trying to say. An aluminum 1946 French coin, and then this one, this looks silver, and hopefully there's some toning that looks like it used to be beautiful, no longer is there. 1921 1 florin. I always forget if this is the Great British, or if it's Australian. I think that this is Great British, and I think 1921 is the first year that they did 50% silver. Could be wrong on that, but I know we got some silver, so that's good. Here's a 5 franc 1941 from Belgium. Definitely has the World War II feel to it. And then a 1965 halfpenny. Here's the ship design that we all know and love. Let's compare it to the South African one. Similar, but definitely different. And then this Portuguese is very different, but kind of cool to have that variety there. Then I don't recognize this. 1956 République Française. I wonder if it's some sort of offshoot, though. And it is Afrique Occidentale Française. 25 francs. I wonder if I have this in my collection or not, if I have this country. Because I could see me not having it, in which case that would be an awesome addition. So, we'll see. I'll have to look in depth a little bit more. 1953 1 krone with a little bit of lamination or something. And then after that we have this Mexican silver coin, 20 centavos, 1919, really cool. I saw it earlier, wasn't sure how old it was, but it looked silver, so I figured I'd look at it a little later into the hunt. Here's a 10 paisa, more modern, from 1974. Food for All FAO commemorative coin, and then we have this 2 Groschen 1974 from Austria. After that, let's see what we've got here. First, we have a 50 peseta coin. Shame we couldn't turn this one in. Let's see if the star is there. Yeah, 1959. You can see that it's not the 57 it says on the front, but would have had a little bit of value last year. 1943, more Vichy French coinage. Then we have an una peseta coin, 1966, but it's actually 1969. And then our last 3 of this hunt are going to be this Spanish one. This French coin, a little older, 1941, 50 centimes. And then this one, also French, 1923, Chamber of Commerce, 50 centimes. So I think we had a solid hunt. I'm curious to see if this isn't a more rare, kind of valuable coin. I feel like these are always worth a few bucks as well. But then we did have some solid silver coinage. And then the big mystery for me is what this is. It's probably really just worth melt value, which might be like $2 or $2.50, something like that. But you never know. Always fun to hunt coins, and I'm so glad I had the chance to today. I'll see you in about another 2 weeks with our next episode. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretown.yt.com, Facebook, TreasureTown, Instagram @TreasureTownYT, or Twitter @TreasureTown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.